Alrighty. I'm your host, Biggie Smoke, and we are gonna start stage 3 of this rally. That's the first stage I haven't driven, or ridden, I guess I should say. We're on bike. So this is gonna be a fun one, I feel, because I really have no idea what to prep for. Clear skies, scattered clouds. Okay. Alright. Artawiyah to Qaisumah. Although being a more fluid stage, drivers will have to be careful and know how to manage their tires as they navigate through many cross tracks. I don't know what more fluid stage means. I hope that means it flows better and it's a little more road-based. Let me check the road book. Does seem to be mention of... Okay, we do have a big dune section, then road, then dunes, then road. Road. Okay, yeah, there's a decent bit of road, but then there's going to be a big dune section back onto road. Traces. Then we go to dunes. We spend a lot of time on dunes at the end, and then back to road for the finish. So, big dune section in the middle where I feel I'm definitely going to have to be a little more careful. And just due to that alone, I want to soften up my suspension, but keep it semi-stiff so I can react to things if they come. Alright. Well, you guys are in for a treat because this stage is gonna be something. It's gonna be out the gates though, and that's the most important part. We get out the gates good and try and be as many people as we can before it's too late. There we are. Rory MacLeod, Rory Mac, starting stage 3. We're gonna see how this is gonna go. Oh shit. Did I accidentally turn my light on? Yes I did. Oh, riverbed. This brings me back to Dakar 18, because you spend like half of Argentina on riverbeds. So, I remember those very well. That's actually partially why I do actually like Dakar 18 just a bit better. The environments are a little more varied. 81. $33. Into checkpoint. Turn left here. Follow that. I can see the next checkpoint up ahead. A little bit rocky actually. Oh, shite. Saw that. That's actually mean, bro. That's right over like a little crest in the hill. That is evil. Alright, turn onto this way. Try not to get lost, of course. I don't want to hit because I know a few of these areas have like multiple different directions, which I know was kind of warned about, like cross tracks and all that stuff. So I have to be very smart about my navigation. Whoa! Okay, so we're going this way. And then I think we turn off here. Yeah, we do. And I think it's this way. Could be wrong. No, I'm right. Because this curve. Okay. Yeah, because then we're getting onto this. Gonna be a little bump in the road. Caution 2. Double caution. And that should get a little bit nicer. Starting with the brakes already. Gotta really watch out for that, man. I do it so much. But you have to brake, but the issue is you lock up instantly the moment you touch them even a little bit on downhill. So you have to set yourself up. But the thing is, I don't really have much way of knowing that we're going to be going downhill until it's too late. Because sometimes those downhills will not be labeled as caution even though you're going into like a sharp corner. So it can be really annoying to deal with at times. Especially when you don't mean to do it. Alright, twisty. So shit's about to get real here. Just take my time through it. No sense putting myself in a position. So now I'm doing a big U-ey. Try and get as much triple caution due to the rocks on the inside. Yep, there's that rock right there. Good thing that my book said that, because I probably would have tried to cut that, and then I would have a very damaged bike. That's why we love the road book. Alright, so we're going to be leaving 297. So, let's go. Open adventure. Let's explore the desert. I'm preparing on uphill just in case. And it's going to be 302 from here on out. I'll be hitting another checkpoint. It's actually going to take us right to traces. That might be very annoying. Oh, never mind, it's not. Traces are very seeable, actually. Did I take the right traces? Yes, I did. Okay, we are good. 282. Turning this way. Now we'll be going 291. Then it'll be 255. Then 173 in a basically flat section. Well, not really, it's actually on the side of a dune. Now be to 173. And so now we're just trying to get through the desert part of the stage. And now at this road crossing, turn to 155. So don't bin it at this road crossing. And then we're going to turn to 110. Basically, we're just going to play it safe. I'm not going to go too fast this time. I'm just going to take my time. Try and actually preserve the bike through the stage. And have to watch out for those speed limit zones, man, because the penalties you can get are brutal. Speaking of jumps, there it was, but we actually got out of that one fairly unharmed. Alright, now we're going to back onto road. We get a little chill zone. It's going to be... I think it's going to get real, especially near the end of the stage, because we start going back and forth, and it's going to be a mess, because it basically looks like a glorified, like, super big toge stage. So I have a feeling that's going to get a little bit brutal near the end. Some of these corners are really already doing my head in, man. I just cannot do anything on the brakes without the bike, like, just saying, you know what? I want to go on my own journey. That's what the downhill sections do to you. It destroys your confidence because you're basically just trying to not lose the bike most of the time when you're going downhill, and you're trying not to overdo it on the brakes. So you're trying to actually kind of coast a little bit, but sometimes it's easy to go in a little too fast because then you're kind of following the stage a little more than you would like, or you're following a little faster than you like, because of course you're trying to get, like, I'm trying to get time, right? Because I actually do want to try and see if I can win as many stages as possible. But it's very easy to lose that time too if you don't know what you're doing. If you get lost or you go a little too fast, then because you can spin very hard and just send yourself off the bike. I've done that many times when I first played this game, because I came off of Dakar 18 where the brakes are a little more like forgiving, I guess is the best way to say it. Like, they're more forgiving in that regard. Like, you're not going to find yourself eating shit as much in that game. Also, did I just see another vehicle? Where was he going? That is not the stage. Oh yeah, that's another thing that they got rid of now with stages, especially after they left and that's another reason why Dakar 18 will actually be kind of fun. Depending on what vehicle you're riding or driving, there were different stages. Quads and bikes had sometimes alternate stages to cars and trucks. So sometimes bikes would have shorter stages, and cars would have longer stages, and other times it'd be the other way around. Usually it was the cars had the longer stages and the bikes had the shorter stages, but that was kind of something cool to mention. Bikes and cars sometimes had different stages when it used to be in South America, before they moved to Saudi Arabia and everything became regulated. Also, there wasn't any speed limits when it was in Argentina and Saudi Arabia, unless of course still for the towns and stuff, but there wasn't a full-on regulated speed limit for the bigger classes like the cars, trucks, and side-by-sides. Obviously bikes don't have a speed limit, otherwise you would see a constant speed limit thing under my screen reminding me how much of a bad boy I'm being. Because of course now in the modern Saudi Arabia Dakar, you need to always be going under 170 in car, always under 130 in truck. Actually, no, always under 140 in truck and always under 130 in side-by-side. If you don't do that, you get penalty after penalty. So it's really annoying, but there's not really much you can do. It's kind of just how it is nowadays, in an attempt to make the rally a little more safe. Because especially even just going back to the Argentina days, like, that wasn't even that far back, and back in those days, it was more common to get injured, more common to get lost. Also, they didn't care as much about who entered during that time, because, like, back in the, like, a couple of those I shouldn't say Argentinian, but a couple of those South American rallies, they had, like, a ridiculous amount of riders sometimes, now to 217. But they would have, like, I think they had, like, 600 out 1 year, or, like, 600 almost, anyways, at, like, 1 year. You don't really get that in Saudi Arabia now, because you only really get maybe 400 on a really good season. Maybe a little over. But we don't get over... I mean, it's probably for the better. You don't have as many privateers going in there without an idea of what they're doing. Because you used to get a lot of those in Argentina, and then they get lost, and then... Well, then you have to send the rescue vehicle out there. Or you have to get helicopters going out there, search parties, all that stuff, and it can be very annoying. So, to kind of stop that from happening as much, they have employed those things. But it's also part of why, like, the thing with Dakar 18 too is, like, this game you have to play simulation mode to do the full length stages. Like, you can't make it easier on yourself, you can't make navigation easier. In the other game you can. And because that game has longer stages, checkpoints are farther, I might abuse that a little bit, but I'm not going to do the easiest mode, but I'm definitely not doing the hardest mode. I'm probably going to do the middle difficulty, which means I don't get waypoints and stuff on trails, but on off-road sections, especially ones where it's like big distance between checkpoints, I'll get a little indicator at the top of my screen leading me towards the thing. The AI in 18 are definitely a little bit better than the AI in this game, though, I will say. The The AI in this game tend to make mistakes for days. Well, I shouldn't say make mistakes, but they're slow. I mean, they're fast enough that if you, like, get a penalty or something, yeah, you're screwed. You, like, basically screwed yourself. But in terms of, like, pure speed, like, if you, like, run the stage perfectly fine, you'll win 9 times out of 10. Even at the hardest difficulty in this game. That's why I wish they had some difficulty options. I feel like this is one of those games that could actually use some difficulty options. 248. Because it would just make enjoying, like, some of this stuff, it would just make this a little more of a fun challenge. I mean, it already is. Like, don't get me wrong. Just completing a rally like this is fun as hell. But another thing I will say is the spread between vehicles in this game seems... Wait! I was just gonna talk about the spread between vehicles in this game seems, like, crazy, and then I catch up to a freaking side-by-side. Wow, that timing could not have been any better. I was gonna say it's like, seeing other vehicles in this game is not nearly as common as in 18, because 18 you can sometimes see the AI get stuck or make mistakes. This game you really don't see it often, you don't see vehicles often, but never mind, apparently... Oh! That was all things considered, that was a soft landing. That could have been 10 times worse. But, you usually don't see AI like that. That's actually good. I might chill out a little bit and follow the side-by-side, so I know I'm hitting the right point in the checkpoint. I'll just follow those trails. Also, the AI don't leave trails, too, which is kind of stupid. I do wish they did. That would be kind of cool. Alright, now I'm going to leave you behind because you have to ride at a speed limit. See ya, loser! Imagine having a strict speed limit. Can't be me. I can't wait to, like, karma myself and I'm gonna, like, hit a fucking rock or something and die. It'd be funny though. Oh yeah, so if I don't make it to the finish of a stage, or I, like, literally just, like, die, I haven't decided if I just skip the stage, redo the stage, or literally call the quits to the rally and just literally pretend I literally just died. Like I'm literally dead. I never really thought that far about that one, so that might be an interesting situation if that comes. Or if I get disqualified. I never really thought about that. That might be something I should have thought about. Because I have a feeling that might become a question that will need to be answered at some point. Is there a passage control zone soon? Because I'm pretty sure we're near halfway around the stage, and I know the passage control zone was about halfway into this thing, and I know about halfway is about 190-ish kilometers, but it's a little before halfway. So, wow, I should be paying more attention to my road book, by the way, my kilometer readings, because I almost followed the completely wrong page note. That's the other thing I do like about 2018. Even though it is probably less realistic, it always auto-scrolls for you. Which is useful when you're trying to figure out your progression. But then again, it's also more realistic to have to do the scrolling yourself and try and match the pace notes with the thing. In general, 2019, if I do 2018, it'll definitely be an easier playthrough in the terms that I'll be able to probably give better conversations while I do this, and maybe talk a little more while I do this, just because, like, here I have to be fairly hyper-focused. Like, now I'm on roads, no, I don't really have to here, but if, like, push comes to shove... Oh, there's the passage control zone, too. Checkpoint 79. You can tell because it's a black and gold. Holy, I just came up on a cart! Dude, I'm flying through the stage. Like, I know I'm faster than the AI in most cases, but you're never... I'm, like... I've never caught more than, like... I've never caught 2 vehicles in a stage before. I'm flying. But then again, that's a car, so again, they have to go at strict speed limits. So... But that's 170 though, so I was not going 170, so I'm just flying through the stage right now. To be fair, those are probably some of the weaker AI. The faster AI are not that slow. So I'm catching up to some of the slower guys. It is cool though that this game actually has other cars on track, unlike Dirt Rally. I haven't played a rally game where there's been another car on track in a while. Because they just don't do it anymore. I'm just going to get ready for the speed limit zone right now. What is this path tracing, man? I swear to God, if that car hits the back of me while I'm doing this, I'm going to be so pissed. Okay, thank God, game didn't screw me over. I think I had more than enough of a gap, but I was not taking any chances. How does my bike look? Oh, we're fine. Radiator's taking a bit of a beating, but that's expected. We're in fucking Saudi Arabia. It's hot as hell. Anyways, let's rock this next stage. Next stage, I mean, second half of the stage, practically. It's a little more than a half, but... Well, actually, no, it basically is a half of the stage left. We're going to be leaving road real soon, basically. Once we hit that safety checkpoint, we are off. AK right now. Ah! That didn't sound good. That's okay, though. I can take little bumps. It's just like the big ones I really have to watch out for. So, AK, braking on downhill, I have to try and keep to a minimum. I'm not excited for the big portion of dunes we're coming up on at some point in the stage. That's not going to be fun to deal with. 279. Little off at 279, but that's okay. I have a feeling those dunes later on, they're going to be kind of brutal because we're basically just going to be doing U-turns the whole freaking time. But I mean, as long as they're mostly like safety checkpoints, I'll probably have a good chance. I just hate when they're like normal yellow checkpoints or unmarked, because then you're basically guessing. You really have to look at the road book for those ones, but sometimes you get no hints on those, so you're just like, alright. You kind of just have to look at how many kilometers you've done and just hope and pray that you've done the required amount to actually get to that point in the stage. Turn to 70. Oh yeah, cool thing too. There's actually a lot of like cameras that you can use in this game. Of course, I'm doing first person for immersion, but there's actually, you can actually go into that helicopter up there and do some helicopter footage, which is kind of cool. Because that's, of course, primarily how the rally is broadcasted. Most of the rally is broadcasted on helicopter because, well, where are they going to put the cameras? Most of the rally's broadcast on drone or camera or helicopter, because it's not really anywhere to line the. And if you line the track with cameras, then it gets rid of course, the. That was one of those checkpoints I was talking about, where it's not a checkpoint, but I saw the traces though, so that was actually a very well marked one. Wasn't too hidden. Fortunately, I was very early on the cornering on that. Actually late, that's why I was off, but it's fine. I have no idea what my pace is on the dunes, so I'll probably get an answer to that soon. I feel like it's pretty good. I know the AI tend to also take the dunes very slowly. They actually probably take them way slower than I do, which, when you really think about it, is probably what I should be doing if I really wanted to last, because, remember, if it wasn't for the penalty, I finished like 5 minutes ahead of any other AI in Stage 2. To be fair, it also helps when you have a lot of stage knowledge, which this stage I don't. this is a brand new stage to me, so this one I'm definitely taking. But also I feel like having stage knowledge can be an enemy in a way, because I got too confident in that in stage 2 that I ended up like ruining myself more than helping myself. Alright, on to traces now. I ended up like getting the damage, the brakes, I barely could brake through corners and stuff like that. Was brutal. So not knowing the stage, if anything, makes me a little more cautious, and being a little more cautious is probably a good thing. Erring on the side of caution in a rally like this is absolutely... I do not like that big steep uphill. It's going to be a jump after it. Please slow me down. Oh, God, wow. That is steep. Alright, never mind, I'm fine. There's not going to be a jump, dude. I'm going so slow. Also, that's one thing I should mention about the AI in this game. The one advantage they do have over me, they won't push too hard, but they have way more torque than you in on hills and stuff. Like, the amount of times I've watched an AI like zoom past me when I've been near them at a hill is crazy. Like, they are fast on the hills for no reason. They have like infinite torque that you don't have. So that's the one unfair thing, but I'll let them have it considering I'm practically faster than them everywhere else. Downhill and stuff, I'm faster than them. Flat ground roads, I'm faster than them. So I'll let them have it. Wow, I was way off. That's fine though, that lets me get back on bearing. There we go. And now to follow some roads. So we're gonna have a little intersection. Well, no, because I'll see a rock. That'll be the biggest. There's that rock right there, I think, actually. Told you I'd see that rock right there. It was actually a little bit harder to see, but I still saw it, so that's all. Ultimately, that's all that matters. As long as you see the thing that you're trying to go towards, you're in a good spot. If you don't see it, then you're screwed. I think this is the last like big road portion of this stage, because I think after this it gets to just like almost 100 kilometers straight of just straight dunes. So I think this is my last chance I really get to chill, so I'm gonna have to enjoy this a little bit, because then it's gonna get difficult real soon. To be fair, I actually did a way better job of multitasking on this stage. Last couple of stages I got to, like... They did not mention the water in the road book. I'm gonna do some little wheelies to try and increase speed a little bit, because I'll get my front from bogging me down a little more. Alright. Anywho. Didn't even mention that I was coming out of a water too on the road book on the other side. That's kind of stupid. That's mean. That's dick move. Dick move, road book. Alright, we on the traces now. Straight. We love a little bit of sand. Actually, we're coming back on the traces, so... We're coming back on the road, so actually... We can relax for a little bit longer. We're getting there, though. So, ultimately... We're getting close to our goal now, which is a good thing. Woo! Little jump. Yeah! That was... Almost got myself into a rock. That would not have been a fun experience. Alright, now it's basically all dunes to the finish now, so... There might be a couple trace areas, but... This is where it... This is where men are made. Where the boys become men. Or where I die, I don't know. Either or is gonna happen here. Hopefully it's number 1, not number 2, but... We'll see. I wasn't hired by Red Bull for no reason, man. I clearly got to be good at this. Hopefully the Red Bull gave me the wings. And now I just need to spread them. I need to spread them wings. Try not to die. Wow, it's nice and flat here. Just because it's flat, doesn't mean I trust it, though. Actually, I really don't trust it. I don't trust anything in the dunes. Because we saw what happened last stage. Alright, turn to 53. We're moving though. 39. Actually already going the direction I need to be going, so that works for me. About 70 kilometers left of the stage, so that's the good news. Good news is we're making good progress. Bad news is I don't think we've hit the hard stuff yet, because clearly that looks like that's going to be the hard stuff. Look at all those triple cautions and safety checkpoints. I was on the right side though, I was on the right side of that rock, so that's how I know I definitely was going the right way, at least there. We gotta turn to 157. Triple caution on my left side. Probably has something to do with this dune. So, take our time. Oh, how lovely a co-driver could be sometimes. You don't realize how useful a co-driver is until he's gone. Although the co-driver in this game can be very annoying at times. Too many one-liners. He has way too many one-liners. He sounds like a Ooh, got some damage from that. That's alright though. We're close to the end of the stage. I don't think it'll be too bad of an effector. I think it's suspension damage probably. It's just minor, so it's not bad, but that is a sign that I have to chill out a little bit now. Have to calm the confidence down and kind of put the stage, take it a little bit easier. Because otherwise I'm not going to have a suspension. And my ass is going to be crying on the whole way to the finish line. And I'd rather not be part of the Dakar stupidity compilation. That's not even a thing. Oh my god. Ugh, shice! What is this road, bro? 147, jeez. Wow, that sucked. Damage could very well be an issue if this is what the dunes are like. Wow. These are some brutal dunes. Just trying to keep the bike in one piece, but these dunes are not making it easy because there's just little bumps, little dips, little jumps over every like little thing. It's brutal. To be fair, it's probably also amplified by the fact that my suspension is definitely partially damaged. There it is. That's what I was waiting for. That's okay though. We're already late into the stage. Anything that happens here is not going to be that much of a problem. I came into this knowing damage would be a big problem in something like this. It always is. Just how the Dakar Rally works. It's not bad damage, it's just minor damage. But then again, minor damage in this game can be bad, especially if it's your brakes. Which I don't know if that's what it is. I don't think it is, but after spinning like that, it could be now. Because those spins, those do a lot of damage to your brakes. Especially if you were really holding the brake through them. I don't think I really was. I kind of gave it a little tap, but then I just kind of let the bike go around on its own. So I don't think I did anything to really screw my bike up, but I'd rather not find out if I did. So I just want to get through the stage. We're almost done now. What did I say though? I told you something would happen immediately when we got to these dunes. I knew these ones would be... Okay, yeah, there's definitely some brake problems. That's okay though. We're close enough. I think that might have been more suspension caused because just look at how my bike is bouncing and stuff. My bike feels very, very awkward. Feels like shit. That's what I'm trying to say. Maybe I should have been following the AI's lead. Just take the things really slowly. It's okay, bike. There's not much left. There's like 20 kilometers left. 273. I'm just waiting for the chance that I can get back on the road, because once I can get back on the road and get the hell out of this stuff, life will be much easier. And we're pretty damn close to that point. I cannot wait. Up to 311. There's the finish line. You can see that. Ass. That means so. There we go. Not much left of the stage now. I just need to play it calm. Don't do anything stupid. Actually, there was no speed limit zones in this whole stage. The stage was just open country too. So that was nice. No speed limit zones. Obviously, I'm not counting passage checkpoints because those are there for a reason. Passage control zones, I should say. Those don't count as speed limit zones, even though they are, but those are their stamp your time card, and they're also a good checkpoint to make sure everyone is making it through the stage, so that if someone's already lost, they can get the helicopter out nice and early, and it's already known. Someone may or may not be lost. Alright, 145, we're riding this to a checkpoint, so... It's not really any big markers, so I'm just gonna have to hope I hit it on the dot here. Hit it on the dot. Beautiful. Alright, now it's just a run to the finish, not much left. Yeah, this stage was actually really good. There was a little bit of damage, but I expect to basically get damaged almost every stage. As long as I don't do anything to, like, at least on the stages that are over, like, 350 kilometers, I definitely expect to get damaged for sure. Just because I tend to be pretty fast, so... Oh, that was a beautiful stage. Beautiful. There you go. That's the finish right there. Ooh, beat Toby Price by 30, just a little over 30 seconds. See, I mean, the second place AI is quick, every other one is trash. Oof, hour's crazy. An hour's crazy. So yeah, we will take that. I'm gonna take a screenshot of these results, just so I remember that. Oh yeah, I was supposed to make a time card. I need to do that, so I can actually keep track of how long it actually took to do the whole rally. I was supposed to do that, and I kept forgetting to. Alright, so 38-13. So that puts us in a good spot, and we get to be on the top of the podium. So I was second place, stage 1, first place, stage 2, and stage 3. So that was really good stuff. So yeah, I guess I will catch you guys now, and I'll probably do the 4th stage soon enough. Thank y'all for watching. Peace. Didn't even have to do a restart on this one.